Oklahoma, it's 12:56. We are interrupting your normal programming right now as Governor Kevin Stitt is preparing to give his State of the State address happening right now at the state capitol. A live look inside as he takes the podium to address lawmakers here in the state. We're going to step aside and let you listen in.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks, everybody. Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell, Speaker Kyle Hilbert, President Pro Tem Lonnie Paxton, members of the 60th Legislature, members of the Judiciary, to all the statewide elected officials, to my cabinet members, thank you so much for your service to our state. To my beautiful wife, Sarah, who has inspired hope in so many Oklahomans across the state, thank you for being here. To the tribal leaders, thank you so much for being here. To my mom and dad, thank you for your love and support and for being here today. To my children who are here, I know it was either school or come hear dad talk, but I appreciate the effort. And most importantly, to my fellow Oklahomans, I am so thankful to my Heavenly Father for allowing me to stand before you today to deliver my 7th State of the State address. And I am so excited to make the very best year in our state's history. Some of you are new to this building, and I'm looking forward to working with you on behalf of all 4 million Oklahomans. Many of you are seasoned veterans, and we have gotten so much done over the last 6 years together. We built the largest savings account in our state's history. We passed the largest tax cut our state's ever seen. Our economy is the strongest it's ever been. We have become a top 10 state for business. We're number 4 for GDP growth. We're number 2 in lowest cost of doing business. We're number 8 in net migration to our state. We have 3,500 fewer kids in foster care than we did when I took office. I'm here to tell you, the state of our state is the strongest it's ever been, and we're not done yet. Let's continue to build on this progress and make Oklahoma the very best state to live, to work, and to raise our families. For those of us in this room, I want to remind you, we are here for such a time as this. We're going to face challenges, but we're stronger when we face them together, as fellow Oklahomans and as fellow Americans. I've thought a lot about what we've been called here to do. To build on the success of those who came before us, to steward what we've been given, and to dream about what's possible for our kids and our grandkids. I believe we're here to pursue something greater than ourselves, something that will show the world what Oklahoma is all about. Winston Churchill said, "The price of greatness is responsibility." That means sacrificing now for future benefit. And the reality is, there's going to be pain either way. The pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. Many of us have witnessed that over the last 6 years. If I take us back to 2018, the state was facing massive budget deficits, and we had nothing in savings. And over the next 6 years, we said no to good ideas in the moment so we could say yes to the well-being of future generations of Oklahomans. And because of that discipline, we got to come together as Republicans and Democrats to say yes to cutting the grocery tax last year. This makes life more affordable for millions of Oklahomans across our state when inflation is crushing working families. And as we begin this new session, we're going to be faced with many good ideas. The greatness of our state depends on discipline and the willingness to set the right priorities, even when it's difficult. In 2019, I said the Oklahoma turnaround starts right here, right now. And we've seen that turnaround happen. Let's not go back to 2018. And I want to set a savings floor of $4 billion to ensure we can weather any financial storm. It's conservative policies like this that protect the American dream in Oklahoma. But what is the American dream? On its face, it's the ability to have a family, own a home, have a good job, and build the life you want. And it springs from the belief that with hard work and resilience, you can accomplish anything God puts on your heart. But the American dream, it's not guaranteed. We have to have the courage to fight for it. This past election signaled a shift in the way we think as a nation. More and more Americans are moving away from the extremes and they're turning back to the values that have always defined our success. Personal responsibility, resilience, family values, and hard work. Not DEI, government mandates, or regulations. Not extreme ideology, like gender ideology, not Green New Deals or open borders. Americans voted for courage. They voted for freedom. They voted for the American dream, not more government. We have a mandate to support and pass conservative, limited government legislation that makes the American dream possible for all 4 million Oklahomans. In order to do that, we need to commit to these 4 principles. We need to, number 1, protect Oklahoma taxpayers. Number 2, let's be the best state for business. Number 3, let's safeguard our savings. And number 4, let's protect the Oklahoma way of life. These ideas aren't controversial, but they will require tough choices. They will require sacrifice. They will require that we trust that Oklahomans know how to spend their money better than the government can. That we trust that businesses, they want to make our state better for everyone by creating jobs and investing in their communities. That we say no to the good now so we can say yes to the great later. That we put our constituents over special interest every single time. The price of greatness is responsibility. We need to ask ourselves, how big should government be? States like Texas and Florida, they spend less per person than any other state. They also have no income tax. And you don't hear anyone complaining about their roads, their schools, or their hospitals. States all around us, Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Colorado, even Louisiana, are cutting their income taxes and have lower rates than we do. If we don't act quickly, we're going to be left behind and we're going to be considered a high tax state. So I'm calling for half and a path. a 0.5 point cut to the individual and the business income tax, and a path to zero income tax. I'd like to remind the naysayers, when we cut taxes, the money doesn't disappear. It simply stays in Oklahomans' pockets and it gets reinvested in our economy. In times of excess revenue, Oklahomans should keep more of their hard-earned money. This is how we keep pace with our competition and we protect Oklahoma taxpayers. It's no secret, left unrestrained, government will always grow and keep growing. It reminds me, just like the lobbyist bar tab at Broadway 10. President Trump and Elon Musk, through DOGE, will determine the economic trajectory of our nation. By cutting the size of the federal government, we can finally start having an honest conversation about our national debt. If we continue on the path we're on, we're going to be caught in a death spiral. Government is overspending, causing inflation to rise rapidly. To deflect the burden of rising costs, federal government expands more benefits for more people. More people end up relying on the government, resulting in more deficit spending. It's a great big cycle. And now we are spending 1/4 of our federal income, 25%, to make interest-only payments on our national debt. That's more than we spend on our national defense. I was at Mar-a-Lago a few weeks ago, and I talked to President Trump about DOGE. And I'm excited about the momentum, and we're going to build on it here in Oklahoma. Today, I'm launching DOGE OK to keep the focus on flat budgets and limited government. For years, I've instructed my cabinet secretaries, my agency directors to shrink employee count and cut unnecessary contracts. I'm committed to having fewer state employees at the end of my term than when I took office in 2019. I also mandated an end to work from home policies for all state employees so we could better serve the people of our state. Even still, we have public officials who have asked the legislature to double the size of their budget. Our constituents voted for fiscal conservatism, not growing government. If people hear me say one thing, it's that I want Oklahoma to be the very best state for business. And by being the best state for business, we are paving the way to be the best state for education, the best state for infrastructure, and the best state for families. Rising tides lift all boats, and the world is taking notice of our efforts. This past year, a manufacturing company announced that it's going to invest $620 million in Oklahoma, bringing thousands of jobs and spurring more economic growth. Every day, people from around the world are chasing the American dream all the way to places like Stillwater and Guymon and Medill and Inola. Just this last year, 274 companies, they expanded or they moved to Oklahoma. Entrepreneurs created over 31,000 new jobs, lifting their communities and contributing to our state. This is not an accident. Here in Oklahoma, we have business-friendly policies and the most affordable, reliable energy anywhere in the world due to limited government, common sense, and clean-burning natural gas. Because of that, our state has more opportunities than ever. In my last State of the State, I said I wanted Oklahoma to be the high-tech data center capital of the world. That vision is becoming a reality. Google continues to invest in data, in its data center in Pryor, and now it's one of the largest in the world. A few weeks ago, President Trump announced a $20 billion investment in data centers across the country, and Oklahoma's on his list. And those of us in this room know there's no better place than Oklahoma. This is a massive opportunity to create more jobs for more people in our state and continue to put us on the map as the best state for business. Let's keep building on our business-friendly policies. Over the past few years, I've seen our court systems in other states playing politics with people's businesses. And I wanted to make sure that never happens in Oklahoma. I'm grateful for the work that John Eccles and Secretary Jeff Starling have done to research and execute this idea. Let's get business courts finished this session and make sure business disputes and complicated contracts are handled by judges with business expertise. It's policies like these that make our state something to brag about. In addition to our amazing business-friendly policies, we have a wealth of natural resources to make our state the best place to do business. Oil and gas giants like Devon and Continental and ONEOK, they continue to grow their footprint here. Expand Energy made its home in Oklahoma City and is now the largest natural gas producer in the entire nation. Our energy industry is a driving force in our economy, and when they are free from politically motivated barriers and overregulation, they can power our nation and the world. So I want to make 2025 the year of the energy abundance agenda and continue to unleash Oklahoma's energy potential. So let's make sure we can build more generation on the meter and behind the meter to keep our energy the most affordable and reliable in the nation. Because we're top 10 for business, it's time we make sure we're top 10 in education. When Oklahomans elected me, they elected a businessman with a fresh set of eyes to challenge the status quo. We'd spent too many years settling for an education system that was failing our kids. So we ushered in the largest education freedom movement in the nation. And just recently, Oklahoma was ranked number 4 in the nation for education freedom. I believe that when you inject competition, everyone gets better. And we're seeing that here in our school systems. We passed open transfers in our state. Now kids aren't trapped in a neighborhood school. Then we passed a tax credit so money could follow the student. Now thousands of kids can go to the school where they learn best. We paved the way for the first ever religious charter school in the nation. I am so excited that the U.S. Supreme Court will hear this groundbreaking religious freedom case. After all, the government shouldn't stand in the way of a parent's right to educate their children in line with their values. But we also need to make sure kids are in the classrooms. I've had parents from all over the state reach out to me with concerns about virtual school days. In some places in Oklahoma, kids are only required to be in their seats for 148 days a year. For comparison, Kansas, students are in their seats for 186 days a year. We all know that kids learn best when they're in the classroom with our great teachers. It's just common sense. Pro Tem Paxton is already focused on this, and I'm excited to work with him and Senator Thompson to make sure kids are in their seats ready to learn. So let's eliminate virtual days in our public schools altogether. If kids aren't leaving high school college ready or career ready, we haven't done our job. I want to sign a bill that creates more internships and apprenticeship programs. If we get this right, we're going to lead the nation in workforce development. Companies from around the world will move operations to Oklahoma because it'll be clear that we have the strongest workforce. So I'm calling on businesses, schools, and universities to create 250 new apprenticeships and internship programs this year. Let's get it done. Now that we've got kids in the right classrooms, they need to be free from distractions. This past fall, I challenged schools to implement phone-free school policies. And I want to brag on Rob Miller, who's here with me today. He's the superintendent of Bixby Public Schools. Through his years in education, he's noticed a clear decline in his students' attention and performance as cell phone use has increased in his schools. To him, the solution was clear. Kids learn better when they aren't distracted by cell phones or social media. So he implemented a cell phone-free policy in Bixby Public Schools, and he's seen a huge improvement in his students. Rob, thank you for being here today and for your work to help our students succeed. I want to challenge the legislature, school districts all across the state, to consider ways to make cell phone-free schools a reality for all students. It doesn't have to cost anything. It just needs to be effective for the students we serve. Speaker Hilbert, I know you're passionate about this, and I've enjoyed talking with you about this, and I'm excited to get something across the finish line this session. I'm proud of how our schools took the cell phone-free challenge to make sure our students succeed. But all that means nothing if our kids aren't safe. Our greatest responsibility as leaders is to protect all 4 million Oklahomans. Americans made that clear. They want their president to defend our borders and protect our communities. I sent our National Guard troops to Texas to help secure our southern border. We vocally oppose sanctuary city policies and push for the deportation of criminals who were here illegally. I'm so excited to have a law and order president back in the White House that will listen to the American people and our calls for safe communities. On day one in office, President Trump closed the border and made it clear that illegal immigration would no longer be tolerated. I launched Operation Guardian here in Oklahoma to help keep our communities safe. And so I instructed Commissioner of Public Safety, Tim Tipton, Department of Corrections Director, Steve Harp, to be ready to assist the Trump administration as they begin deporting those who have committed crimes while here illegally. After all, the Oklahoma taxpayers shouldn't be paying millions of dollars a year to keep criminals incarcerated when they shouldn't be in our state to begin with. But to have safe communities, we also have to have some common sense. Let me tell you a story about a man named John Stanfill. John made some bad choices, and he spent 15 years in prison paying for them. He served his time, paid his debt to society, and now he's helping give other people second chances at OSU, Oklahoma City Center for Social Innovation. However, he reportedly owes nearly $30,000 in fines, fees, and court costs. That's simply unacceptable. It's time to reform this system and get rid of what is essentially a debtor's prison. We know that high fees keep people trapped in this cycle and contribute to higher recidivism. It doesn't make sense. I want to change that structure and make sure that a second chance is actually a second chance and get rid of these fines, fees, and court costs for good. John is with us here today. John, thank you for letting me tell and share your story with everyone. We have made so much progress together. Nearly 40,000 Oklahomans have received a second chance because of our efforts over the last 6 years. We've closed 4 prisons, saving Oklahoma taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars. We are on a trajectory to top 10, and we're going to continue to lead the nation in common sense criminal justice. Well, I love telling people about our pro-business policies, our great teachers, and our safe communities. At my core, I love to brag about how much we value faith and family in Oklahoma. And I wanted to cement this priority, so I created the Office of Faith-Based Initiatives. This office focuses on bringing the faith community and the nonprofit community together to solve problems the government can't. Daniel and May Cave, they lived in Choctaw, Oklahoma, and they lost their home and all their belongings in a fall tornado. The Office of Faith-Based Initiatives helped connect the Caves with Hera Baptist Church, which provided them with meals, childcare, clothing, and moving assistance. It was the perfect display of the Oklahoma standard, neighbors walking with neighbors. I want Oklahoma to be the example for the rest of the country when it comes to connecting churches and nonprofits with people in need. Daniel and May, thank you for being here. We're sorry about your loss. The reality is that bills, press releases, they don't solve societal problems. The real work begins at home with strong mothers and strong fathers. For the past 2 years, I declared November Family Month. And I encouraged Oklahomans to spend more intentionally quality time together. And I'm looking forward to celebrating Family Month every year because now, more than ever, we need to promote strong families. It is so clear to me that families are the drivers for success in nearly every area. And I say it all the time, kids need their moms and their dads. But right now, our nation is experiencing a crisis of fatherlessness. The result, less resilient families and less resilient children. At the end of 2022, nearly 250,000 Oklahoma children were living without a father in the home. Nationally, 71% of those who dropped out of high school, they grew up without a present father in the home. 66% of juveniles in state custody experience fatherlessness. But here's the secret. We have the power to change this. The numbers don't lie. Kids with engaged fathers are 43% more likely to get A's in school, twice as likely to go to college, 80% less likely to spend time in jail. We can turn the statistics around just by continuing to uplift families and promote marriages. And that can start at the dinner table. In my family, we've worked hard to make Friday night a sacred time for us to come together to share a meal. Sarah and I use this time to talk with our kids, catch up on their weeks, and I challenge each of us to start with just one extra meal. Studies have shown that sharing family meals results in improved school performance, better family relationships, improved nutrition, and a lower likelihood of future substance abuse. Let's take the opportunity to intentionally engage with our families. I remember growing up in Norman. Friday nights was family night. After dinner, Mom would make popcorn, Dad would turn on our favorite TV show, and me and my two brothers would hang out with the family. Mom and Dad, I'm so grateful for your love and your what you've done for me all my life. Thank you for being here. This is how we make the American dream possible in Oklahoma. If we want a strong nation, we have to have strong communities. If we want to have strong communities, we have to have strong families. And if we want to have strong families, we must have strong fathers. The health of our nation comes directly from having strong fathers in the home. That's why I put such an emphasis on fatherhood programs in my time in office. But this isn't a policy idea or a funding request. It's a request for each of us in this room to take the responsibility to lead our families well. Our positions as elected leaders are not the most important positions we hold. Our roles as fathers and mothers and family members will do far more for the future of our society than the nameplates on our doors. There is no higher calling than to raise up kids to be strong men and women of God and to instill in them the values and ethics that are essential to the success of our nation. It takes courage to make the choice to be that present mother or father or grandparent. The American dream depends on families who are willing to step up and change the status quo. President Ronald Reagan, he said there's no institution more vital to our nation's survival than the American family. Here, the seeds of personal character are planted, the roots of public virtue first nourished. Through love and instruction, discipline, guidance, and example, we learn from our mothers and our fathers these values that will shape our private lives and our public citizenship. I want that to be our legacy. A state where the American dream is alive and well because of strong families. Every generation has the same longing for the American dream. In the United States, where every state is a laboratory of democracy, we can see in real time which policies promote the American dream and which ones push it farther out of reach. I want Oklahoma to be known around the world as the state where businesses come because they know that they can operate freely without fear of gotcha bureaucrats or burdensome regulations. The state where parents have the freedom to educate their children in line with their values. The state where families flock because they know their kids can grow up in a safe, hopeful environment. The state where neighbors care for each other and there is always hope for tomorrow. Oklahoma is a haven, a shining city on a hill. and the American dream is alive and well in Oklahoma. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the great state of Oklahoma. Let's have a great 2025. Thanks, everybody.
Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt delivering his State of the State address, kicking off the legislative session that will now start. 3,000 bills, more than 3,000 bills filed for this legislative session. He touched on several topics. His main point there that he wants Oklahoma to be the greatest state when it comes to building a business, wants to push for more tax cuts, something we've heard him say in the past. Also saying he's going to launch the DOGE OK, which would be Oklahoma's form of the Department of Government Efficiency, something that President Trump launched when he took office, something that Elon Musk is in charge of on the federal level, something that he wants to bring to Oklahoma. A lot to pull from the governor's speech there. Went on for about 40 minutes or so as he started just before 1 o'clock here. We brought you the coverage on KOCO 5 News. We're going to cover it throughout the day. Our team of reporters is going to be breaking this down. We're going to have more coverage of it coming up tonight, 4, 5, and 6 o'clock tonight. Of course, you can also re-watch the State of the State address. You can watch it on our KOCO app. You can watch it on our website. But our coverage of it is going to pick up later on tonight at 4 o'clock. Otherwise, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, Oklahoma, and we'll see you tonight for KOCO 5 News at 4.